Hello friends, my name is Theron Calkins, and this is the first designer's log for PoRo's adventure demo. Today, we'll be talking about some of the inspiration and aesthetic design choices that went into this game. For those that aren't aware, PoRo's adventure demo is a comedic Lovecraftian text adventure game made by my brother Jared and I as a proof of concept to practice our design skills and learn some new ones along the way. Note the game footage you see in this video is still pre-release and so is subject to change. First, I want to briefly talk about the inspiration behind the game. When we were younger, my brother and I used to play some of the point-and-click adventure games created by Humongous Entertainment, as well as the Nancy Drew game series by Her Interactive. Those titles inspired the structure of our game, but just as important as the structure is the mood of the work. With this project, we wanted to capture a feeling of solving puzzles and exploring a well-developed world one might not completely understand. That feeling of encountering strange happenings in a mundane world is important for both the classical mystery genre as well as for evoking a kind of cosmic horror Lovecraftian feel. The fusion of these two broad genres serves as the overall mood we wanted to evoke in our game. Crafting a believable world that has just a few strange quirks sets the stage for the kind of experience we wanted to create. The setting of our game is an older mansion, which we chose to build on classic mystery and horror tropes, while adding some twists of our own to the story. The biggest twist is our protagonist, PoRo, who is a police robot. Having a robot be the primary point of view for the story not only gives us plenty of comedic material and a more unique take on these genres, but also allows us to explore some interesting avenues of powerlessness and missing knowledge, another key ingredient for both mysteries and cosmic horror. PoRo has no arms, so it must ask for help from nearby humans to navigate the stairs and locked doors in the mansion. And while being a machine gives PoRo more ways to analyze the environment, PoRo's difficulty reading or feeling emotion like a human gives it a provocative weakness in this kind of story. Overall, these features make PoRo an interesting protagonist by allowing us as designers to create scenarios where the audience understands what's going on in the scene in a different way from PoRo. That disconnect in understanding is part of what creates the atmosphere of the game. Conveying this atmosphere obviously guided the writing process, but it also had an effect on the aesthetic choices of the game. One of the advantages of creating a text adventure was that it allowed us to really focus on getting the visual design of the few elements that we did have just right. Just starting the game gives a good feel for what is to come. The color scheme uses a warm brown background to mirror the paneled walls and floors of the mansion, with strong, almost electric green accents in the text to convey the technological bent as well as hint at the slimy horror to come. The main text of the title and the body is an old-fashioned style you might expect to find in a Poe novel, while the menu text is designed to evoke a command prompt on an old monitor complete with blinking cursor. It's this fusion of an old, almost gothic style with futurist highlights that really makes our game appealing. Continuing on to play the game, one quickly learns that while most of the prose is written in the general Gothic font, PoRo's internal monologues and spoken words use the computer font. This helps immerse the player in their role as a kind of extension of PoRo's computer consciousness as we advance the story through commands given to PoRo. Overall, these two fonts carry most of the weight of the narrative, but we do occasionally use other fonts, colors, and text styles in the game for effect. However, the core choices seen in the title page lay the grounds for the game's aesthetic. To conclude, PoRo's Adventure Demo is a game built to combine elements from mystery and horror genres. The setting and character choices, as well as the visual design of the game, all serve to support this aesthetic. The fusion of these features makes for an engaging tale about a police robot's adventure inside a mansion where nothing is quite as it appears. But that's all the time we have for this video. I hope you enjoyed learning a bit more about the inspiration behind PoRo's Adventure Demo as well as the game's aesthetic. Tune in next time to learn about some of the design that went into crafting the game's opening scene and puzzles.